Viewer discretion is advised.
In the beginning, the Queen of the Monsters fought valiantly against a god from out of this world. Along with it came other beasts who threatened the Queen's throne. Through the ages, these beasts would come to be known as gods and worshipped. An altar built in deep sea by men who lost their lives in the process was dedicated to the sea serpent. The flaming beast stood atop the peak of the volcano, observing its followers who prostrated humbly before it. The hands of the outsider god touched the minds of 5 chosen ones and anointed them as holy priests. Then came her nemesis. The plumed serpent that is all-knowing descended from the heavens and bestowed the fruit of knowledge upon mankind. All of this displeased the queen. She bid her time, waiting for the beast to go into hibernation. Then she destroyed the temple of the outsider god and struck down its followers. The temple burned and the outsider god's powers waned as its followers died out. The plumed serpent fled, and the queen emerged victorious as the one true queen of the monsters. She reigned over mankind for the next millennia. When she died, her followers brought her back in a ritual. They offered their blood and soul and carved their bodies in ancient scripts. As the queen returned, so did the other beasts. The beast wrought destruction upon the queen's followers. Chaos once again returned as civilization fell. With burning rage, the queen, now bigger and mightier, defeated them in a storm. She tore the plumed serpent apart and cast it into the sun. In the end, the beasts who were spared by the queen bowed before her. The queen ruled the world once more. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation SAFE Class Object SCP-5437. SCP-5437, also known as a beast cast from heaven, is a prehistorical religious complex in Paraguay. Research has shown that 5437's sole anomalous property is its ability to preserve biological matter for abnormal amounts of time, causing decay to occur at an exceedingly low rate. The true size of the site is unknown. The majority of the structure is located underground. Several hidden chambers and hallways have been uncovered behind the complex walls. Aside from these branching rooms, 5437 is mainly composed of a spiraled staircase that leads to a spacious cathedral foyer, which serves as a place of worship for SCP-5437-1. SCP-5437-1 is the carcass of a massive, starfish-like entity cataloged as a large-scale aggressor, LSA for short. It is green in coloration and has 5 thin arms that sprout from its center, with each measuring approximately 20 meters in length. It resembles a serpent star and possesses hundreds of eyes on its central body disc. Its skin is impenetrable. As such, any attempts to dissect or examine the entity have failed. Etched on the walls is a series of historical artwork that displays a religious narrative. Arranged in a sequential order, the artwork depicts the battles between LSA Brazil-01 and 5437-1, as well as other LSAs. In 1998, Foundation historian Dr. Emily Metcalf led a team to explore 5437. What follows are the journey entries written by Metcalf and his final recording towards the end. 19th of April, 1998. Daylight. Darnell helped me move the majority of my possessions to the cathedral area. I have everything I need here for the entirety of the mission: my bed, my archives, equipment, etc. I'm still not entirely sure what my purpose here is. They said only I would know what this huge entity is, that I'm the only one who can crack its code. Honestly, this place creeps me out. I don't know why I decided to set up shop right in the hall where this massive serpent star, the one we call 5437-1, lies. It's supposed to be dead and decaying. My assistant and the others set up camp just outside of the perimeter. But one thing's for sure, I feel attracted to it. There's a certain energy that has been haunting me ever since I set foot on site. It has led me to this hall, this creature, this god from beyond our world. 21st of April, 1998. Cloudy. Looks like it's about to rain. I had a dream last night. I dreamed about the serpent star. It reached out to me and showed me things from before our time. I saw signs and symbols. It spoke to me in strange language that I somehow understood. I cannot recall everything now, however hard I try. The case of the mural remains. The story they tell is evident. A legion of beasts cast from heaven descended to earth to be worshipped as gods. Then, for whatever reason, they collectively went into slumber. Upon the arrival of an even greater beast, they awakened. A war was waged, and the beasts venerated their new leader after violent battles. I remember now. In the dream, it was the Queen of Monsters who devoured the lesser beasts and left some alive as witnesses to its supremacy. And what man doesn't follow the gods they worship? Thus, in return, humanity bowed before the Queen. I look at the carcass now and realize that I have been avoiding it all this time. The serpent star invaded my dream once again. Its tentacle touched the tip of my head, and I began to see colors. Colors out of this world. Forbidden knowledge that we humans aren't meant to acquire. Why did it do this? Why did it show me all this terrible, terrible visions? What are its goals? I dare not to think about and make sense of it. Perhaps its goals are beyond human comprehension. One's mind will go insane trying to understand it. Ignorance isn't only a bliss, it is our safety net. Tonight, I study the murals again. As I observe the depiction of the battle between the tentacled crocodilian and the great serpent, I recall an image in my dreams. The serpent gave man knowledge, and the Queen of the Monsters despised it. And so, it tore the serpent apart and cast it into the inferno above. I got up in the middle of the night and started walking the halls. I followed one of the tentacles of the serpent star and discovered a hidden chamber. I entered, but all I saw were corpses. The men who built the temple, the men who worshipped the serpent star, some of them were coiled by the tentacle, with the expression of bliss on their faces. The corpses stretched on for miles. Every stone in this temple was set by men whose names are forever lost. I found myself waking up in the chamber where the dead bodies lie. I'm beginning to lose track of time here. Found more artifacts today. A human skull with some sort of symbols carved onto it. A ceremonial dagger. And perhaps I'm seeing things. A chamber pot that somehow still reeked and stained with blood. Again, I recalled more images from the dream. The men had carved up their own kind in a barbaric ritual to revive the Queen of the Monsters. The ritual was a success, and the Queen rose again. She defeated the other beasts, claiming the throne once more, and watched over her followers. But it's merely a means to a greater end. The cycle of war and destruction must continue. It's only a matter of time until these beasts rise and clash against each other again. I wonder, how long did it take for it to die? Is it even dead? Or is it simply in the last stages of its life? This decaying serpent star, the outsider god, has spent millennia dying and dreaming in its own temple, patiently waiting for the next cycle to come. Like a fool, like a crazed lunatic, like someone affected by something out of their control, I went ahead and touched the carcass. And in that instance, it pulled me into a vision. The serpent star appeared before me. Its 100 eyes opened and looked into my soul. Its tentacle reached out and touched me on the forehead. It began to speak.
Queen Cracker, the Queen of Monsters. The Devourer will rise again. The cycle will continue. Destruction is nigh. Judgment is upon you.
Its stare grew more intense. Images of destruction seared through my mind. In seconds, I saw cities falling, large behemoths rising from the sea and walking the earth, men becoming cultists and killing each other in the name of this twisted ritual, all in order to preserve the cycle, and the serpent clashing against the Queen of Monsters. I woke up in a cold sweat. I looked around the hall. Everything was still the same. The vision and its voice were still vivid in my mind. The eyes on the carcass remained closed, yet I could still feel them watching me. The Queen had died, again and again, and each time she was brought back to this world, she became stronger. I shudder to think when the behemoths walk the earth again, how many more lives would be lost? How many more worlds will these titans end before the cycle finishes? This carcass, this beast, this god taunts me with all these visions and its vague words. This is not a temple, but rather a tomb filled with dead people to prolong its life. It has the power to drive men insane, the power to resurrect the dead, the power to awaken the beast from their deep slumber. I must escape from the inevitable destruction when these beasts arise once more. I must escape now. But where else can I go besides death, the great beyond? Call me a coward, but I do not wish to live in a world you're going to be in. No sir, no way. The serpent star appeared in my vision again, its 100 eyes looking straight at me. I'm no longer afraid. It must have heard what I wanted. Come, it said to me, and reached out with its tentacles. I'm no longer afraid. Soon I'll be joining the dead in this place, watching the world from above, observing the destruction, the madness. And so the cycle begins anew. The journal entries ended there at the time of recovery. On the 27th of June 1998, 5437-1 released a large emission of elan vital energy, killing all personnel stationed on site. A large portion of 5437 was destroyed in the energy blast. However, the body of Metcalf was found perfectly unharmed. The incident occurred within the same time frame as Prometheus Labs' revival of LSA Brazil-01 and the subsequent awakening of several LSAs across the globe. The event is cataloged as SCP-5391. Remember to check out my new animation channel, TheRubber Talks, where I share my life story, thoughts, and opinions. Just click on the link in the description to enter the Rubber's world. Before we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art. A big thank you to all of you. You can now send us your fan art, and we will be more than happy to show off your best art piece in our next video. Check out our description below on how to submit. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Which SCP do you want to see in the next video, and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.